Hi, my name is Patrick Malayter. I'm running for Congress in Indiana's 5th Congressional District. A little over 20 years ago, when President Clinton left office, our country was riding high. The world was at peace. People seemed to get along, and our nation was in the midst of generating its 4th consecutive budget surplus. Yes, you heard that correctly. In fact, Federal Reserve Chairman Alan Greenspan reported to Congress that the country's reducible national debt would be paid down by 2006. Afterwards, surpluses would exceed $500 billion a year for as far as the eye could see. He was actually concerned about what the U.S. should do with all those surpluses. So he told Congress to consider doing things like pre-funding Social Security. I know, today it sounds like a fairy tale. In the last couple of decades, we've lost our way as a nation fiscally. First, Congress kneecapped our tax revenues with 3 massive tax cuts that mostly benefited our highest income citizens. I was one of them that saved thousands of dollars in taxes each year, and I was actually angry about it. Why was I mad? Well, because I care about this country, and those tax cuts blew gigantic holes in the budgets. Then, our wars in Afghanistan and Iraq added trillions more in debt. Finally, blowout COVID spending was the icing on the cake, leaving us nearly $34 trillion in the hole. And that's why inflation is hurting so many Americans. It's why grocery prices have gone wild. It's why buying a new or used car costs so much. And it's why that dream home is now out of reach. No doubt, each president has had a role in this mess. But the real culprit is Congress. They're the governmental branch that determines how we spend money. Many of these people were around for the entire spending party. We need to send them packing. We need congressional term limits. Although members of Congress like to keep us divided, a majority of people actually agree on a lot of things. One of those areas involves term limits, with over 80% of us wanting to term limit Congress. Today it's hard to find any other subject where so many of us feel this strongly. And that is why I'm seeking the open seat for U.S. Congress in Indiana's 5th District. I'm running on a platform to term limit the Congress and then solve some of our real problems. For me, those other problems include higher education changes to reduce student costs, legal reforms focused on improving public safety and media integrity, as well as ending abusive tax loopholes that increase our budget deficits unnecessarily. However, all those reforms will be tough to do without term limits happening first. Now, a lot of you are no doubt skeptical based on the amount of crap people running for office typically say. So, how do we actually make term limits happen? It requires a constitutional amendment. The Congress cannot limit their own terms. State legislatures in 34 states need to pass resolutions to call for a convention to propose a term limits amendment. That convention could legally impose term limits provided 38 states ratify the term limits amendment. What's truly awesome about this is that the Congress would not have any say in the matter whatsoever. So just to wrap up, passing term limits now is a must. We being like-minded Democrats, Republicans, and Independents working together must do this. However, we absolutely can make this happen. In the near term, I will be releasing more videos that further describe my views. However, in the meantime, please consider getting involved in our campaign. And to the extent you're in a financial position to do so, your contribution will certainly advance the campaign's success. Please visit patrickmforcongress.com to learn more. Thank you for listening, and have an awesome day.